I feel like so maternal over Rocky. You have to tackle it where it doesn't expect you to go. That is so fun. This is a safe space, right? Hi guys, it's Anya. Welcome back to my channel. If you've read the title of this video, you already know what we're about to read. I feel like everyone and their mother has been reading Project Hail Mary. Everyone and their mother has been talking about it. I'm so excited to finally read it. I've been told by you guys for the last couple of months, just like over and over again, how much I'm gonna love this book, and I just procrastinated reading it for so long. I keep putting it off even though I know I'm going to like it. Who knows, actually. Quite frankly, I'm a bit of a hater. Because the movie's coming out this week, it is time to finally read it because quite frankly, I am such a movie lover. I'll go and see literally any film, quite frankly. If you ask me to go to the cinema, I'm probably gonna say yes. This one I'm really looking forward to. So I really need to lock in this week and read this book, and then we're gonna go see the movie, and we're just gonna see, guys. We're gonna see what it's like because I think it's gonna be exciting. Here's what I know about the book so far. A lot of INTJs have been reading this and loving it, which I'm an INTJ and I'm like, yeah, okay, I am. Consider me intrigued, okay? Secondly, basically, what it's about, science fiction. Set in space, okay? Our main character wakes up, he's inside a spacecraft. He's there to save the world, but he has memory loss. That's all I know going into it, okay? That sounds so intriguing and exciting, and like it would be such an awesome freaking book. I recently went to see Marty Supreme in cinema and I saw the trailer for this movie. It is not the same vibe that I was expecting. Everyone's been talking about the book. I had a very clear like vision of what the book was going to be, and then I saw the trailer for the movie and I was like, it's giving comedy. Oh, and I heard Ryan Gosling in an interview comparing it to E.T. a little bit. It's supposed to be like this generation's E.T. kind of in a way. So the movie aspect of it all just really is throwing me off so much because it's so different from my presumption going into the book. But again, I haven't read it yet, so I can't really be talking and expecting all these things because I haven't read it. I did start reading it actually this morning. I am currently on page 58. That's pretty good. I woke up at like 6 a.m. because quite frankly, guys, why am I still sick? It's been over 2 weeks now and I still feel sick and I still can't sleep because I constantly have a sore throat or my nose is just like blocked. It's actually driving me fucking insane. It's not funny. Lock your mothers and daughters up because I'm going crazy up in here. I have started it. What I have to say on first impressions only, it really does read like a movie script. It really does read like a movie script. Like I've never read a book that feels more movie in my entire life. I get why people were like, quite frankly, why Ryan Gosling was like, let me produce this fucking movie. But that could also just be because I know that I'm going to be watching the movie, and this whole video concept is kind of like me reading it before going to watch the movie. It's like a confirmation bias thing where I'm just reading it and I'm just already imagining the movie, which I kind of like don't want to do because I'll end up hating. I'll end up hating it because it's not living up to my expectations. But it's just the way it's set up, especially with the flashbacks. He's inside the spacecraft. He doesn't remember anything about himself. And then it's just like, he'll see one thing and it triggers him to like remember. Oh my God, right? It'll trigger him to remember something very specific. Like it cuts to a scene from his past. That's literally a movie. That's how movies are made. We're gonna see the only downside to this whole thing is I'm still kind of in a reading slump. I have to accept it at this point that it's giving slump right now, okay? I feel like I'm not in the mood to read. The book so far is good. Like that's the only real challenge ahead of us. I need to stop talking now because I need to go meet up with my momsy, but I will be back later, hopefully to read, or tomorrow if I have nothing interesting to say later. Okay, you guys get it. But I'm so excited. I hope this also like helps me get out of my reading slump because everyone's saying this is such a great book. See you later. Hey friends, it's been a few days. Also, I'm in my bed, okay? Okay, it looks like I slept in it because I did. Bruh. Reading update. Last time we spoke, I think I was on page 58. Now I am on page 185. That's pretty good. It took me a ridiculous amount of time. I have not picked up my book much, but I did pick it up yesterday. So I did most of my reading last night. It's just like hard at the moment for me to like get into reading and like pick up my book. Yeah, pick up my book, put down my phone. It just seems impossible. This coffee really hits the spot. I've not been reading my books. I have been reading fan fiction. Hey, I have been on AO3 a lot lately. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. However, I did decide to book my movie tickets yesterday because I was like, I need to have a deadline. Otherwise, I will not continue reading. So we have like 2 days, and it did help me lock in. And also because I've been like reading so much on my phone because I've been reading fan fiction. I was like, what if I just read the book on my phone? I am genius. I am literally the smartest person on earth because that's how I read all those pages yesterday, because I was just reading on my phone. Shout out phone addiction. Like sometimes you have to just like play along with it, okay? You have to tackle it where it doesn't expect you to go. I outsmarted myself in that way. Today I have to read on my Kindle because I'm filming a TikTok vlog. That's the only like thing where I'm like, what the heck? But maybe I'll read a bit on my phone as well. I also this morning I wanted to listen to the audiobook while I made my breakfast. I found this guy, because obviously like it's hard to find the audiobook because the movie's just coming out now. So finding that online for free, damn near impossible. There's a guy on YouTube, basically he filmed himself reading the book for his girlfriend. He's reading the book for his girlfriend and he does a really good job of it. It's really quite sweet, and his girlfriend is in all the comments and of like all the videos and being like, yeah, just like cheering him on, and it's really adorable. And he does the little voices for his girlfriend, and I just want to say thank you to that man because I listened to one chapter this morning of his reading, and I'm just very grateful for him and his YouTube. I won't like credit him because I feel like he might get into like copyright trouble or something, so I'm like not gonna actually like link the person. But that was just really fun thing that happened to me this morning. Shout out to that guy. I think I'm gonna read. Actually, I'm gonna read on my phone. Fuck my TikTok vlog. I'm gonna fake it. If you've seen the TikTok vlog and you're here now, guys, I faked it. I was reading on my phone the entire time. This is me right now. Just me reading my book on my phone on a browser. Guys, hey. Sorry, I'm cuddling my cuddly toy. Is that so bad? Is it so bad that I'm cuddling with my cuddly toy? Is that even what you call these? Whatever, bro. This is my friend. Nothing weird going on here. Why did I turn on the camera right now? I am loving this book. Sorry, Angel also wants to be here. Oh my god, she's kind of Rocky vibes. So, the alien not being able to see. Do you see through sound? Gagged. That is so fun. Are you joking me? Are you actually joking me? This is the most fun thing I've ever read in my life. I'm having such a good time with this book. It is so entertaining. At times it's a little bit boring, but it's because I'm in a reading slump. It's not what I expected it to be, but it's so fun. Like, I'm so entertained is the best way to put it. I can't wait to see it, and like, I just can't wait to see the movie actually because this is so fun. I'm also so intrigued to see how they're gonna translate all of his inner monologue onto the big screen, because that's like most of what this book is that our main character, I forgot his name, Ryland, his inner monologue is so fun to read, and like he's very funny and silly, goofy, and also he's making all these discoveries. How are they gonna make that work? Like, how are you doing this? How are you gonna see all of his thoughts on the big screen? I'm just so excited. Rocky is the cutest thing in the entire world. Like, actually, the fact that Rocky wants to watch him sleep or wants him to watch Rocky sleep, like, that is so adorable. I cannot believe it. Also, what I'm noticing, there's a lot less like flashbacks than before. And like at the very beginning, I actually found the flashbacks to be way more interesting to me. But now I'm much more interested in what's actually going on. I think especially like ever since Rocky showed up, I don't care about the flashbacks that much anymore. But I also feel like maybe I'm like kind of not following the flashbacks as well as before. Like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, quite frankly. But I'm having a great old time regardless. I am getting a little bit bored, but I'm trying to like push through because I got it into my head that I want to read as much as humanly possible today. I also like, I kind of want to watch TV, but I don't have anything to watch at the moment. I finished Secret Lives of Mormon Wives like 2 days ago and I haven't started anything since because I think it'll help me get over my reading slump if I don't have anything to watch. Because then I'm like, okay, I'm bored. Let me just read my book. That's what happened yesterday. I'm still cuddling my cuddly toys. Guys, I'm literally a grown woman. Leave me alone. Okay, let's keep reading. First thing I want to say in this clip, this hood landed on my face, or landed on my head in this very position, and I'm not moving it because why is it giving cunty vibes? I love it. Number 2, this drawer. I know it's very annoying that this is open, but it has to stay open because I had to super glue it because it keeps falling apart. So it has to stay open for the next 24 hours. And it's really annoying to me personally, but also to you probably. And the third thing I'm going to say is I don't remember the last clip. I filmed yesterday, but don't ask me. Don't ask me. I don't remember. Could I check? Yeah, probably, but I don't want to. I think I was halfway through the book. Right now, we have 200 pages to go, and I will be reading on my phone, I think. It is 7:30. I can finish it right now. The question is, do I want to? Do I want to? I also have a bit of tomorrow to read in the morning before I see the movie. What do I have to say reading update wise? I feel like so much has happened, but also not that much. Okay, if you are watching this, you've probably read it. This is not a huge spoiler if you haven't read it because it won't make a lot of sense to you. The entire lead up to everything that is like pre-Rocky was really hard for me to get through for some reason. It was really well written, and like I already explained it. It was super cinematic and I really liked the back and forth, but I do think it kind of took it out of me at some point. All the science and math talk in this book is just going over my head so much, and it's kind of like draining me a bit because they're just numbers to me at this point. I'm going to be so honest. This is a safe space, right? So that was a bit of a struggle, but now that like Rocky is here, it is so fun. It is so fun because not only is it wholesome and cute that they're a little dynamic, but also having another species kind of discover all these things that are normal to us, and like having him explain really mundane things to him, to Rocky, him being Rocky. That is genius! Like that is so fun to read about. I'm loving it. Like I'm loving, I just love. So the fact that someone thought all this through and was like, oh, what would an alien find weird? Amazing. And then giving them their little cultural things. Like for example, with the watching him sleep. That is so amazing to me. Or him saying amaze all the time to everything. Amaze. That is amaze. Like I love that so much. It's just so well, it's so well written and so thought through as well. Like, who comes up with this? Genius. To me, this is so fun. I really, really, truly am enjoying it so much. But I'm scared for what's gonna happen because the last big thing that happened was Rocky was saying to him that he has enough. I don't remember what he has enough of for him to go back home. And I feel like Rocky offering that isn't gonna end well. Like I feel like he's going to go back home, but he's gonna be, I don't know, maybe Rocky dies or something. I hope not. Or it's just the fact that they're not together anymore that's gonna be sad. I don't really know. But I feel like something will be sad. I don't know. Also, I've seen so many people on TikTok post their reactions to like the last 100 pages of the book. And that makes me scared because I saw some of those reactions without spoilers, and now I'm scared to read because they were like big full body reactions. What could possibly happen? Oh, maybe the world ending. Doy. Okay, whatever. We're gonna read now. I'm going to lock in. Should I put on some ambiance? I feel like I should. I'm having a really good time. I'm really cozy. Brown noise with a space background. Only seems right. I'm so excited for the movie too. Let's see how much reading we can get done. I can't wait to see this scene. Also, what is astrophage? Astrophage. What is that gonna look like? It's really hard for me to say astrophage. Guys, good morning. Guess who finished the book? Should I get my Kindle? I'm posing with the book as if I read it on my Kindle. I did not do that. I finished it! I'm so excited. I finished it this morning, actually. I had like 70 pages left or something. And I was like fighting for my life, falling asleep last night. And I was like, just read it in the morning, girl. Anyway, so I finished it a couple of hours ago. I think I'm gonna rate it 5 stars. low key. Like, can you believe it? Maybe it's more of a 4-star. I think realistically speaking, it's more of a 4-star. But after it, I just felt so emotional that I had to give it 5 stars on my Goodreads and on my Fable, which you can follow me on there. We can be besties. I honestly kind of follow everyone back. I think, especially on Goodreads, because you can be friends. So be my friend. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, finishing the book. I felt so emotional finishing it. It was not the ending I expected, because on TikTok, everyone's reaction was very big and, I don't know, animated, I suppose, which I'm not like bashing because I'm like that all the time when I read. But for that reason, I expected there to be like a lot of twists and turns, but there really wasn't. I felt like the story grew really organically. I thought it was kind of predictable that it evolved into kind of like a mutation that was resistant. Like, that made kind of sense to me. Like, that was obvious, wasn't it? I thought so. It was still devastating. But because of everyone's reaction, I kind of like expected the ending to be devastating too. Like, I didn't know. I didn't expect a happy ending, but we got one, and I was really happy that we did. It felt like a teeny tiny bit rushed. Like, the jump from the last chapter, or the one before the last chapter to the last chapter, that was a bit rushed because all of a sudden we had a time jump, and I was a bit like, oh okay, so it's done. Oh, it's done. Oh, we saved the world. But I'm really happy overall that they had a happy ending, and that they, like, Rocky and Dr. Ryland Grace, they didn't separate or get separated in the end. Like, that made me really, really happy. Even though, like, as a reader, usually I like the unpredictable, and in any other book I would have been like, oh, I wanted something else. But I was just so in love with the characters and their dynamic, and Rocky is the sweetest character I've ever read about. Like, I loved Rocky so much, and I know everyone who's read it feels the same way. Like, if you've read it, you probably have if you're watching. You know the vibes. Like, he was just so adorable and sweet, and when you went back for him, I was like, yes. So I'm just really happy with the way the book turned out, so that's why I rated it so highly. It definitely took me a while to get into because of the science of it all. I'm so excited to see the movie now, because I have no idea how they're gonna make that work, because on the one hand, the book reads so much like a script. It is just so movie, okay? But then there are all these like teeny tiny things that are so, it's just such an emotional read. How are you going to translate that onto the big screen? How are you going to make me feel all these feelings if I'm not able to read it? The concept, by the way, the concept of writing Rocky's language in musical notes, yeah, it just scratched something in my brain so hard. I'm just excited. Like, are they going to do subtitles the entire time? What font are they going to use? Like, that's the kind of stuff that's going on in my head. Super exciting. And also I think Ryan Gosling might actually be the perfect actor for it. Before I read the book, I was a bit like, Ryan Gosling is in this? But when I was reading the book, I was like, of course Ryan Gosling is in this. Like, this makes so much sense to me. Apparently he produced it as well. So exciting to see. I don't have any theories going into it. I definitely expect it to be different, because there's so much there's just so much inner monologue on Dr. Grace's end. I don't know how they're gonna portray that. Can't wait to see the final scene. It's gonna be so sweet. Or is it even gonna end that way? Or is it gonna end entirely different? Like, it could be so different. Oh, I have no idea what it's like. I'm so excited. I mean, obviously I have no idea what it's like. I'm gonna see it soon. But anyway, I'm gonna see it in a couple of hours. I'm really hyped. And I'm just feeling so, you know, like I feel like so maternal over Rocky. The entire storyline. I can't wait to watch it. I think I'm gonna bring tissues in case I cry. I didn't feel that crazy emotional when I was reading the book. I just felt maternal over it all. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. Okay. Let's go watch the movie. I look like Aquaman right now. I actually look like I just discovered France. What? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know where it comes from either. So you're standing on my laptop. What did you do that for, you Bigfoot? Okay. Hey guys. Final thoughts. I look wrecked. I feel like I just traveled all the way to space and came back. That's how I look and that's how I feel. I have so many things to say. Where do I begin? How about this? The movie was a maze. Oh my God. How did she come up with that? Overall, incredible movie, incredible book. I think the book was a lot better than the movie, quite frankly, and straight up. You're seeing one of my... Okay, what is this shadow? Oh, it's a pillow. Sorry, I'm like hating my background right now. What was I talking about? The movie was a lot worse. No, the movie was good. The book was a lot better than the movie. Okay. I really need to lock in. It's very hard for me to explain my thoughts. Book was better than movie because to me, what's so special about the book or what's so great about it in general is the fact that we get this scientific, heavy on the science, reasoning, theory and storyline behind why the world is ending. And I love that. Like, I love a bit of doomsday media. I love when the world is ending in any piece of media, really. I love a good story about the world ending, quite frankly. And what's so great about Project Hail Mary is that the science behind it, and I know I was saying before how like the science went over my head, sue me, but still overall it made sense and it was very fun. It was easy to grasp. It was fun to read about. Sometimes a little math heavy, and yeah, okay, I did skip some of that, but overall it was so science heavy and it was like backed by this whole thing. And sure, if you think about it properly and if you actually look at it from a scientific lens and you actually know what you're talking about, maybe there's like maybe there's some plot holes in there, but as a normal consumer it was really fun to read about and it tickled a part of my brain. It was like, wow, all these things come together in a way that makes sense. So is like him discovering a way out of the whole predicament they're in. In the movie, all of that is kind of like a byproduct of Rocky's and his relationship. Whereas in the book, it feels like the friendship that they make, or the bond that they create, that's kind of a byproduct of the science of it all. Like he is on the suicide mission and then he discovers Rocky and their friendship blossoms and it's really wholesome and sweet because before he doesn't really have anything to live for. He doesn't have anything to go home for. He's still upset about the whole situation, of course, as anyone would be, but he doesn't really have anything that is actually binding him to Earth. And then he comes across Rocky and that's kind of a byproduct of the entire storyline. But it becomes the center of the world or of the story for you as a reader, and it kind of takes over. Like, it makes you feel so emotional and all these things, and it's the feeling that you're left with at the end of the book. Whereas in the movie, it feels like they're kind of rushing towards that relationship and like towards establishing that relationship, and it just felt a little bit more rushed. The science was kind of like on the back end a little bit. I feel like personally, I felt if I hadn't read the book, I would have had no idea what the fuck was going on. I did not find it made any sense for me as a viewer. The friend I was with hasn't read the book and she also said like it was a bit confusing because it didn't really make a lot of sense. Like, they didn't explain it all the way, you know? So I thought that was kind of upsetting. Yeah, like actually really critical, because I'm trying to see from the lens of not having read the book. I would have been like, actually, what's going on? Like, I don't understand what's happening. So I think that would have annoyed me a lot. Like, it just felt like they were rushing for the two of them to meet. They also meet like very fast in the movie, which I mean, I can understand why. But the progress of it all is the journey we're on. What? That's my overarching point, I think. The music was chef's kiss. So good. Because especially when you start out, like the music, okay, actually no, the music and the sound was integral to the entire movie. So much so that in the very first scene of the movie, he wakes up in distress and disarray. Hamilton reference. He wakes up in distress and disarray and he is shocked to find out that he is on this spaceship and he has no idea why. Super scary stuff, but the music at the very beginning is so soothing and calming and beautiful, and it just puts you right into that tone of the entire book, where like the entire book storyline, all of it, is super distressing as a general storyline, but the way it's written is so fun and wholesome, and you come out of this book where you kind of expect like to go insane reading it. You come out of it just like loving world and loving life a bit. So I feel like that reflected it so well. Like it was such a good addition to the movie as a whole, and I think it wouldn't have worked without the music. The costume department slaved the Boots' house down. What the heck? Everyone was wearing exactly what I imagined them to wear. They were also cast brilliantly, like especially actually Ryan Gosling in that movie. Oh, incredible. He was so good. He was so good, because what he did so well is he really truly captured the essence of a dorky science teacher, because all the jokes he was making, like, first of all, he's so funny like Ryland in the book, but also so unfunny at the same time. Like some jokes just did not land, and that makes perfect sense to me, because a dorky science teacher, he's but that's why at first I kind of underestimated him a bit, because I was like, Ryan Gosling is supposed to play this dude, this silly goofy little dude. Yeah, made perfect sense actually. He did it so well. I really loved him in it. Rocky also gagged. The only thing that didn't make sense to me was, how did Rocky in the movie understand him? Because I felt like in the book, maybe I didn't read it properly, but I felt like in the book, the whole system he sets up for Rocky to understand him, that it's like both ways, it goes two ways. But in the movie, maybe it was just for the viewer, Rocky understands everything he's saying, no problem. I'm like, that didn't make sense to me. Maybe that was, I don't know. Things like that always make me like question whether I read the book properly or not. I'm like, am I James? Am I? Okay. Mrs. Strat was also suddenly German. I thought she was Dutch in the book. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe I, again, misread stuff. More thoughts. I have more thoughts. The ending felt quite rushed in the book already, but it felt even more so rushed in the movie. The final scene, I was looking forward to it so much, and then yeah, it just felt like, oh, okay, like really, oh, okay, super quick, oh, okay. The entire like third act of him going back to save Rocky just felt a little bit rushed to me. The stakes were much higher in the book. I feel like in the movie it doesn't reflect, in general, the stakes weren't high enough in the freaking movie. Like, you don't get it. Like, it doesn't have enough energy to go back home, and then Rocky gives it to him, and then he's on his way home, and then he sees that Rocky's not gonna live, and then he decides to save him. Like, it just didn't have that same effect to me. But then other moments were really special. Like when they say goodbye, when they first think that they're not going to see each other again, like that hit much more in the movie to me than in the book. So that was good. So in general, I was really looking forward to the movie as a whole, because I really struggled to imagine space. Like, I don't have this problem with fantasy books. I feel like I'm quite, well, I don't have that great of an imagination, to be honest. So I'm always like, especially when it comes to space stuff though, I imagine the most basic thing. So I really was looking forward to how they would portray all things Rocky and his ship and his planet. And I really liked it, especially the ship. The ship had me gagged. The ship had me gagged. I was like, oh my god, it looks so cool and awesome. So I really liked that. I imagined Rocky to be a bit more disgusting, but I had, like, with the little arms or hands, I feel like, didn't he have like actual hands? I imagined him having actual hands. But then again, it wouldn't have made sense, because then he would have been able to do the thumbs up. Okay, whatever. But I didn't imagine him that differently, because I had seen the trailer somewhat recently. So I already kind of like imagined Ryan Gosling low-key as well. So maybe that's why I thought he was so good in it. But also just the dry ass humor, like it's a little bit dorky. It just made sense. Okay, everything worked out really well. I think like my biggest problem with it was the science, that it was just a bit, I feel like, yeah, it wouldn't have made any sense to me. If I hadn't read the book, I don't think I would have liked the movie, to be honest, to be frank with you. But because I read the book, I loved the movie. So where does that leave us? And I feel, oh, I wish I could have asked everyone who was in it. But then when we were walking out, there was a group of boys and one of the guys was completely like going off about the exact same thing, where it was like, he was trying to explain the science. And I get it. That's how I felt after. I was like, you guys don't get it. Like, no, it's actually good. No, it's actually good. My friend still liked it. And she was like, oh, I'm going to read the book. So it can't be that bad for people who haven't read it. But I also feel like I've seen such a big hype around this book and this movie. I mean, there's been a lot of hype around the book for a while, but people were so excited for the movie. Like, so many girlies have been reading the book because of the movie, and me included. And I just really like that. I think that's really great. It's just like really fun that we're all reading it at the same time, and then we're all going and seeing it at the same time, somewhat at the same time. Some of you have probably already read it ages ago. I know for a fact a lot of you have read it ages ago because you keep recommending it to me as well. And you were right. Like, I did love it. You were so right, by the way. But I just wonder what it's like for all the people who haven't read the book. That's all I could think about the entire time. I was like, are you guys enjoying it the way I am? I also thought the movie was hilarious, by the way. Like, I kept laughing the entire time. My favorite bit in the entire movie was when he was like vlogging me, and he was complaining about Rocky and having him as a roommate. Like, that was hilarious. But I felt that the theater wasn't reactive enough. I kind of felt like I was the only one laughing a little bit, and I was like, oh, this one's quiet, even though it's a very big theater. So anyway, judging those people, but I hope that I feel like it would have been so much more fun if it was a really reactive theater. Sometimes that really makes or breaks a movie for me. Like Challengers, for example, I still remember to this day, everyone, all the girls, I was saw by myself, all the girls in there, everyone was just like giggling at the same things. You can imagine which things. Anyway, okay, I know I have more to say, but I don't remember, and also my camera's flashing, so I'm going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoy. I might be adding some more thoughts. Maybe you can comment some of your thoughts and it'll provoke something in me, because I keep forgetting what I was thinking. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I could really use it. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Also, please keep recommending books, because you nailed it. You nailed it. Okay. Bye. Love you. Oh my god, Earth is exploding.